You jump into Jupiter, and you never hit the ground. Not because you're falling forever, because there is no ground, no surface, no solid anything. Jupiter is a planet you can fall into, and the deeper you go, the stranger it gets, until it stops behaving like a planet at all. Most people think you'd be crushed instantly. The truth is much worse, and much weirder. So let's actually do it. Let's drop you into the biggest planet in the solar system and follow you all the way down. You'll pass through clouds that feel like Earth, an ocean that isn't water, and a layer of liquid metal hotter than the surface of the sun. And right at the bottom, we'll find something scientists only figured out a few years ago, something that rewrites what a core even means. But you don't get to fall yet, because Jupiter tries to kill you before you even arrive. 200,000 miles out, still farther than the distance from Earth to the Moon. And you're already in danger. Jupiter is wrapped in radiation belts so violent they'd fry your body long before you touch the atmosphere. Electronics die, cells die. This is what killed spacecraft that flew too close. So we're going to cheat. We'll give you a magic, indestructible suit that ignores radiation, heat, and pressure. Because otherwise, this is the shortest video we've ever made. Suit on? Good. Now you start to fall, and you fall faster than anything you can imagine. You hit the top of the atmosphere at 110,000 miles an hour. There's no crunch, no impact, just gas. Thin at first, then thicker, screaming past you as you plummet. And then, something strange. It gets familiar. Around 100 miles down, you fall through clouds of water ice, where the temperature is roughly 0 degrees Celsius. For one brief, eerie moment, it's almost like falling through a storm on Earth. Then you try to radio home. Nothing. The atmosphere is now so thick it swallows radio waves completely. No signal gets in. No signal gets out. You are now more alone than any human has ever been, and you're still only at the very top. The deeper you fall, the harder Jupiter squeezes. On Earth, the air presses on you at 1 atmosphere. You don't even feel it. Here, the pressure climbs fast. 10 atmospheres. 100. 1,000. This is where the Galileo probe died. A real machine dropped into Jupiter in 1995. It lasted just 58 minutes and reached only about 0.1% of the way down before the pressure destroyed it. 58 minutes. That was the deepest anything humans ever sent has ever gone. You're about to go so much further. Because below you, the gas is about to stop being gas and become something that shouldn't exist. Keep falling, and the atmosphere gets so compressed that it stops being a clear line between gas and liquid. You enter a layer of something called supercritical fluid. It's not gas, it's not liquid, it's both at once. A thick, hot, hazy substance you could almost swim through. There's no splash as you enter it, no surface to break. The world just slowly gets denser and hotter and heavier around you until you realize you're no longer falling through air. You're sinking through a planet-sized ocean of something Earth has no name for. And it keeps getting hotter. Thousands of degrees now. And yet, this still isn't the strange part. The strange part is what this ocean turns into. Deeper still. The pressure is now around 2 million times what you feel on Earth. And down here, hydrogen. The lightest, simplest element in the universe, does something impossible. It turns into metal. Squeeze this hard, hydrogen's electrons tear loose and start to flow freely. The gas becomes a glowing, liquid metal. An ocean of molten metallic hydrogen 10,000 degrees hot. Hotter than the surface of the sun. This ocean is most of Jupiter. Around 3/4 of the entire planet's mass is this one bizarre substance. And it does something for the whole solar system. This churning metal ocean generates Jupiter's magnetic field, the most powerful of any planet, thousands of times stronger than Earth's, stretching millions of miles into space. You're sinking through the engine that makes Jupiter, Jupiter. But there's one last secret, right at the bottom. And on your way down through this metal ocean, you might not be alone. Scientists think that in the deep layers of Jupiter, storms tear methane apart, freeing its carbon. Under this crushing pressure, that carbon may be squeezed into diamond. Chunks of diamond, forming high up and sinking slowly through the planet. It might, quite literally, rain diamonds down here. You fall past them, deeper toward the center, expecting to finally hit something solid. And this is where Jupiter breaks the rules one more time. For decades, we thought Jupiter had a simple core, a ball of rock and ice, about the size of Earth, buried at the very center. Then, in 2016, a spacecraft called Juno arrived and measured Jupiter's gravity in detail, and what it found didn't make sense. There is no hard, solid ball down there. Instead, the center of Jupiter is what scientists now call a fuzzy or dilute core. The rock and metal aren't packed into a sphere. They're smeared out, dissolved and mixed gradually into the metallic hydrogen above, over a region tens of thousands of miles wide. Jupiter doesn't really have a center you could stand on. It just slowly becomes more itself all the way down. So after falling through a planet for hours, how does your journey actually end? It doesn't end with a crash. There's no floor to hit. Instead, you reach a point where the stuff around you is so dense, so hot, so crushingly heavy that you simply stop, held in place by a planet that never gave you a surface and never will. Tens of thousands of degrees, millions of atmospheres of pressure, suspended in the fuzzy heart of the largest planet in the solar system, in a place no light has ever reached and no eye will ever see. That is where your fall ends, not on the ground. Because there is no ground. There never was. We call Jupiter a planet. But falling through it, you'd realize it's barely solid at all. It's a bottomless storm, the size of 1,000 Earths, with a heart that fades in instead of hardening. The next time you see Jupiter as a bright dot in the night sky, remember that it isn't a ball of rock like ours. It's a place you could fall into forever and never, ever land.